Hello, it's me. Oh, I heard Scout, but I didn't see her. Hello, we're here in my, there she is. We're here in my pajamas because it's still like 10 o'clock in the morning, but hello. I figured we'll start this out in a new spot because I'm always in my room. Hi, it's me. I just did my Fairy Loot unboxing video, so I have like a good bit of makeup on, but I figured that what everybody, oh, that's me again, hello. I figured that what everybody is waiting for is for me to also do a reading vlog of this book that came out a couple days ago. I bought it yesterday. It is a chunker. This is a gigantic book. This book is huge. Scout's here too. It's a very big book. It's like 750 pages. And I will say, because if I don't get it out of the way now, it'll bug me. This matches my other books in no way. No way, shape, or form is it remotely similar. The spines are completely different, not even talking about the covers. I hope that they're similar height-wise. Okay, here it is next to ACOSF, which looks so tiny now. I guess they are small, like, they're a little bit short, but yeah, okay. Where's my second book? I remember thinking that this one was so long, but this is significantly bigger. Anyways, yes, this came out maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. Today's the 20th that I'm starting this vlog. Haven't even cracked this book open yet to see like how many pages it takes, but I did look at the like under the dust jacket. Ugly. So I don't like this. I don't really like this book, but yeah. Scout likes to play in her toys only when I'm doing things. But yes, I realized this morning that maybe I should have like reread the books before jumping into this one, because I don't remember. I don't know how much of it I remember, but I am excited to get into this, to get it poppin'. So there will probably be spoilers for this book in this vlog, but we'll see how long this takes me because it's a big ass book. Here's a cat. Just a cat and her mom. You look so mad. Okay. Oh, I know, it's so hard to be her. Okay. So I will check back in once I actually start this book, once I get a little bit into it, and then we can chat about it. I have maintained the only spoiler that I've seen was that there was supposed to be a threesome in this book and then they took it out or something along those lines, and that this is like steamier than people thought, that this book is just gonna be horny. So we'll see. I'll be the judge of that. So Nesta is like the worst. Why is she so awful? For what reason? For why? I am only like 70 pages into this monster of a book, but I had to take a break because, 80 pages. But I wanted to take a break because I feel like I'm suffering. That's mean. Yeah. So I guess we'll talk about the past like half hour that I've spent reading this. Starting the book, just like from the, I'm like so excited cheesily to be back in this world. I really like this series. Like I really liked the original trilogy, and now we have this book that I'm like 10% into now. Holy shit. Anyways, yeah, so I'm like really happy to be seeing the characters that I like, that I know have experienced before, but holy shit, Nesta is just like the worst in ever. So it's okay, it's doing, I don't remember enough, but I feel pretty confident that the books were at least only, they were only in Farah's perspective, right? So each chapter and even half chapters are flipping between Nesta and Cassian, which is fine, I guess. Actually, no, I brought it up because I don't really like it. I don't like that they're doing that. They're both thinking the same thing, so it doesn't really make sense to have it flip through the two of them. But for the past like 9 months in this book. So it's like, but it's been a little bit of a time jump, probably like a year since at least A Court of Wings and Ruin. I don't remember anything about Frost and Starlight, so I can't say. Nesta is upset, mad, being awful. Everybody else is like adjusting, living their life, and she's not. But, and I realize that that sounds mean, but we also had the same thing happen to Feyre in like almost every single book, where she would go through shit and then work through it and actually like not be awful like Nesta is being. So this is hard. I guess I've seen on I'm not on TikTok, I can't do that to myself, but I do see the occasional TikTok on Instagram, and I follow a couple, well obviously I follow people who are interested in these books, but people like Nesta. Like I know that sounded like a question, but I'm not asking, I'm saying people like Nesta. Yeah, I don't like her at all. And maybe we'll get there, maybe I'll be happy about it, but she is horrible. She's terrible and I don't like it. I think that, yeah, not enjoying, not having fun, to be honest. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about what's happening like at the point. I'm really not this far into this book, but they have like, I can't remember enough about the other books to say like this is what, like they're recovering from this. I don't know what's happening, but Nesta is living in an apartment, charging everything to Rhys and Feyre, and they decide to like cut her off basically because she's just going out and drinking and fucking all the time. So they give her an ultimatum basically and say like, if you don't go train with Cassian, we will drop you off in the human world and you'll be like big fat cut off. So they're in like the House of Wind or whatever. I don't know what any of these words mean, to be honest, but she's just being awful. She refused to train with him the first day and just watched him for 2 hours, and then now is going to leave to go get drunk and just kind of fuck shit up. So, but not in a fun way, in a bad way, in a way that I'm not happy about. So I'm gonna put this down for a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break because as much as I'm enjoying the world and being back where I am, I don't like her. I don't like Nesta. I don't see any redeemable qualities at the moment. And everyone's like, we want you to get better. And I'm like, fuck this bitch, to be honest. Who cares? And I guess we're seeing some of her perspective, like her perspective of the first book where they're living in a house and being basically the evil stepsisters from Cinderella to Feyre's Cinderella. And being like, our life was so hard as our sister does everything and we do nothing and are evil and mean. So, I don't know. This is tough. Tough. Anyways, those are my thoughts. This is what's happening. I probably, unless something like shocking happens, I'm probably not gonna update. I don't want this to be the longest video in the world because I already uploaded an hour-long video about absolutely nothing. And this will be about one book. Ow, me reading one book. We don't need an hour of that, but she tough. She having a tough time, this bitch. Yeah, cool. How long would this be as an audiobook? 26 hours. That's a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Weird. Anyways, I don't know what the point of that was. Like why I looked that up, but a day? I could finish. What? I don't know how much of this I'm gonna read today, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. I'm just living. We're just living. Hello. I'm sitting on my couch. Scout's right here. I'm gonna pick her up and then she's gonna move. Oh, you're such a big girl. Hi, big girl. Ow, she's on my tummy. Well, she's very warm. She was doing some snoring. Just normal cat. Just cool cat shit. Anyways, what's up? Okay, I'll sit up now. Alright, almost pulled out my bookmark because I was sitting on my book. So this is how far I am. I've gotten a little bit farther and I was thinking about it. I said I would update when something happened. Something did happen. Farrah's pregnant. Is that crazy or what? Ooh, I'm excited. I was gonna be like, I'm excited for them, but they're not real people, so I'm having an interesting time. I'm excited for babies always, but I follow some people who like cosplay these characters and I think it'll be really cool to see like pregnancy photos. But yeah, that's what's happening. I'm like 230 pages in. There's been some like good maybe banter with Cassian and Nesta, some tension. She's met people, like made a friend, so she's becoming more tolerable. Do I like her yet? No. I do think that she's mean, and anything that she says about like their life before she was turned into a fairy is still not endearing me to her, you know, like, because she keeps saying the same thing. But I also read those books and was there when that happened, and I didn't. She's like skewing it in her own way. I don't know. I am enjoying it. No. Yeah, I am. I'm not enjoying it. That's the weird part of this, is that like I am enjoying it, I just don't like her yet. So I guess the next moment will be when we like her. But she takes everything very personally, I guess, for how mean she is. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. But she's keeping a lot of things bottled up. I saw a comment on like an Instagram post or something that was like, well, she's depressed. That's why she's mean. She can have trauma and not be awful about it. Like, it's a conscious decision for her to be as terrible as she is. So that's that on that. Thank you for watching. So it's only been like 10 minutes since my last update, but I'm a couple pages farther, maybe like 20, 30, yeah, like 20 pages farther. So it's like 200 something. But if the threesome is not in this book, we just saw like the potential, like, okay, I'm only confused because I didn't think it would be with Asriel. That, I don't know. Cassian and Asriel were sparring and Nesta was watching them, and then they were teaching her just like sparring moves. She's training, and she was like, so she's already had 2 threesomes before, and she was like, those 2 men, let's get into it. But yeah, I don't think it happens in this book. I don't know for sure. It's so recently released that people aren't talking spoilers yet, but that was just interesting. Not what I expected. I thought it would be with like a, I don't know, another person. If it even happened at all. I don't see that at all. It's also because I don't like Nesta yet. But interesting. It is already a little bit saucy, but yeah. Hello. So I forgot that Lucian, yeah, it's a hard, is it a soft C? Are there soft? Whatever. I forgot that he's Elaine's mate, but doesn't Asriel have a crush on everyone? This is difficult. This is where I forget everything about the books. But I'm here, and then I'm like halfway into it. Yeah, I'm at like 300 something. 419, and there's 750 pages, so I'm like over halfway into this book. What's going on? So Nesta is getting better, and I realized that saying that I didn't like her was probably like harsh. at the moment, but it was how I was feeling. It was how I felt, and it wasn't exciting to like hear that this was her book. She's not my fave. Obviously Farrah's my fave. And Amryn. Amryn's a bad bitch. She is a bad bitch. Anyways, Scout's here. She's not interested in any of the conversations. You can't see her, but she's right there. She looks really funny, but I'm only wearing a bra, so can't angle down. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, so I wasn't really excited that this was about her and didn't really feel the draw to this book, but it is good. It is good, and I'm liking it. And I know this because I didn't like the whatever the third Throne of Glass book is. Couldn't get through it. I'm this far into this one, which I was actually reading a couple days ago when the power was out, so that's kind of funny. I guess what happening right now, they did fuck. I hate myself. But yeah, they did. And it was after like near-death experiences for both of them. It's interesting because it's almost getting into like the politics and the war that we had in at least the third book, I think, since Cassian is part of the High Court, but Nesta's just kind of there. So she's not really part of, she's not part of the family yet. She hasn't gone to family dinner, literally, but she's getting better with strangers, which is hard, I guess, because I want her to make amends, and I don't like how guilty everybody else feels about how shitty she is. So that's kind of still where I'm sitting as far as she goes. She's not my fave still, but I think, yeah, if we were, this is why I was gonna say, this is why I clicked on, because my last clip was about the threesome, the potential threesome and who it might be with, because we're reading a Penelope Douglas book instead. But I guess I guess they say that Asriel likes Morgan, but isn't she a lesbian? Am I not wrong? So, but then he had the thing with Elaine, so I guess the threesome in my mind would have been Lucian, Elaine, and Asriel. That's why I brought them up at the beginning, but I just didn't, I didn't connect those thoughts, and I realized that, so I wanted to finish that thought. But, yeah, that's what I'm happening. I'm probably gonna read for another like 10 minutes and then have to go. So I'll set a timer so I can get dressed and be ready to go. I don't know. I made the decision to, I don't know, this is so objectively hard to think about, because I could, I don't know. I'm not finished with the book, obviously, but I'm trying to think of how I would rate this. I think I gave the other books like between 4 and 5 stars, kind of like spread out over the books. But I don't know where this one sits right now. It's probably like, to be back in the world, to be reading these books again, to see everybody, the baby, is 5 stars. But I don't know if I like Nesta enough. And are they mates? Is that their dealio? I can't remember. And they haven't brought it up. I don't know what's going on. Now I'm speculating, and I don't know enough about these books to be able to do that. I'm wearing overalls, which yes, are very cute, but kind of hard to sit in. It's uncomfortable because it pulls on my back and my shoulders, so I feel a little hunched over. Okay, hi, back to this vlog. It's been a couple days because I'm busy and I sleep a lot. Anyways, probably still, actually yeah, still pretty close to where I was the other night. But then I kind of realized that I didn't talk through with the actual synopsis of the book. I told you when things were happening, if things were happening, once things started happening, but I didn't really talk about like what she's even about, the book. So, okay, well, this whole video is going to be spoilers, so I don't really know why I'm going to do a synopsis. This is, maybe I'll talk it through to myself, and that's what the goal of this is, but they are searching for items to keep the human queen, who's not a human anymore, from, I don't know, being able to control an army that would mess their stuff up. So Nesta has to, maybe this is just where we're at also. Nesta is having to use her powers, if she has the powers, to find these things. Still, at the point that I am, I think I am liking it. Am I liking Nesta? Not yet. I'm still, though I will say, still hopeful for like a reconciliation if she apologizes to her sisters. I don't really care so much about Elaine just yet, as long as she apologizes to Farah. What are you doing? Who is still pregnant. Please stop it. But her baby has wings, which I can't, could like rip open her birth canal, which is not funny, but like, of course, just for the tea. Hi, here's a cat, here's her tail. I don't know, I think in my head I was like, I know what this book is about, but it was probably more like, if I make this clip, then I will continue reading the book, because, did I buy this 3 days ago? I guess so. Okay, well, reading continues. So I think this is one of the parts where people who like Nesta are like, her life is so sad. Here's Scout. Oh, I'm sorry, Rayman. There's something happening outside that she wants to look at, but I probably read like, I don't know, 50 pages? It's been a while. A little bit. It's been some time. But, okay. Cassian and Nesta were out in Valeris together, I think, and she hammered some swords. I'm sorry that I don't know smithy terms, but she hammered some swords and some daggers, and the blacksmith brought them to Reese and said, like, I think these have magic in them. This is your problem. And they were trying to decide whether or not to tell Nesta that she did this without meaning to, because the whole thing was that she did it on accident. And the court voted on whether or not to tell Nesta that she did this, and Reese and Amryn said no, but as Cassian and Farah said yes. So Cassian tells her in like a bad way, and Nesta gets mad, climbs down 10,000 steps, yells at Amryn, and then tells Farah that her baby's gonna kill her and no one wants to tell her. So now she's sad. Now she's upset about that. That she somehow is so destructive and ruins her own shit. When people like her, when people start to like her, she's just so disruptive and mean, and I really cannot think of any, like, redeeming qualities for her right now. Like, ooh, Elaine told a story about how she's a good dancer. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about Nesta. I don't like her. It's too much back and forth. As I think about it, I think it's too much back and forth, where it's like, so it's getting to be just annoying and unbelievable how much she will flip from almost acting like a normal person and then doing shit like this and then wanting to fall down a mountain. Okay, bitch. Okay, you think you're special? Whatever. And it's just like, I don't care. Everyone else is cool. Good vibes only. You know? Ugh. So yeah, I don't know how many books like this storyline will take, or if the next book is about other people, or if this one is gonna have its own like duology, trilogy, who cares, but it was going okay. And now we're back to like basically the beginning of the book, where why is she doing this? I don't know. Were those constructive thoughts? I guess my real question is, did that make any sense, what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Farrah was, and obviously they have different stories, they have different lives, but also not really. You know? Their stories are very, very similar in the Nesta and Farrah, like, turning into fairies, the way their lives turned. Like, not exactly the same. I think Farrah went through way more shit than Nesta did, this bitch, but it's very similar, and I don't like this journey. I don't love this journey for her. And it is way too fucking long. Maybe that's the problem, is that this is too goddamn long, and what was the reason? To keep flip-flopping? To make me kind of like her and then not like her anymore? For Cassian to fight with everybody else because he likes her? I don't care. Not enough for me. It's not doing it for me. Ugh, this is frustrating. Now I'm frustrated. And now I'm mad. Now I'm drunk and mad. It's been a week. Not since I last filmed, but since I bought this book. I forgot words for a second, but yeah, I just sat and read for like 20 minutes. I'm on page 647, which means almost dropped it. That scared me. I have about 100 pages left, and I decided to take a break because something just happened, and I'm not talking about the question that I asked whether or not they were mates, because I thought it was more of like a, you know, I'm snapping so you understand what I mean. Like in the end of Breaking Dawn Part 1, the movie, where Jacob sees Renesmee. And it was like that. Because it happened with Elaine and Lucian. Cassian told Nesta that they were mates. She got mad. She told him to leave. And then they're gonna get kidnapped. It is what it is. I don't know who it's about to be, but it is what it is. I did get a haircut. It's a little bit longer than I would want. I think I want it a little bit shorter. I like my hair short. But yeah, I'm planning on finishing this today, since today's the 28th, and if I don't finish this, I'll have to read it in March, and I want to be finished with this. But I don't know if is there anything to spoil? I guess the very end of it, but it's just Nesta being annoying, and I live by that. Yeah, but I remember someone else saying that they didn't like Nesta, and that continue to not like her, but it is what it is. So that makes me feel a little bit better about how completely ambivalent I am about this book. What are you doing? But there she is. There's a cat. Hello. But I don't know. Yeah. She's laying down. Anyways. Yeah. I'm almost done with this. Yeah. My point still stands about her, like, being awful, and then being, like, a little bit less awful, and then being awful again. And it's just not doing it for me. Not giving me what I wanted. So, yeah. I'm going to finish this tonight. It's only 11. And it's daytime, so I have time, but it's short now, so I missed a chunk of it, but that's on Gravity. There's my bun. It's very cute. I finished it. I finished A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I just finished filming my wrap-up, which will go up before this vlog, so if you want to see any of the other books that I read this month, go watch that. Oh no. But I finished this one. I think the last time that I made a clip I had, well, I know, I had less than 100 pages left, so I could have finished it at that moment, but I didn't want to. So, I talked about, that was a cute face, thank you. I talked about this in my wrap up, but all of my videos circle back together, so we just do, that is what it is. I might give this book 3.5. I'll give it 4 stars. Will I? See, this is a problem. Okay. I didn't like Nesta by the end of it. Okay, so let's I remembered that this is spoilery, so let's talk about what happened since I vlogged. They end it where I finished the last clip. We're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk it together, and then I'll try to decide how I feel about it. So Nesta and her friends, I think it's like Emery, E-M-O something. Yes, Emery and Gwen, who were the 2 friends that she made at the house that they're at, whatever, are taken to the Illyrian blood rite, or the thing that the warriors have to do. They do. They're kidnapped and taken to it, definitely not by choice. And they go and they do this and they kill a bunch of men. So they do that. They spend like a week there, but Cassian realizes that they're gone within like the day of them being gone. He can't go because they'll both be killed. And then it turns out that the whole thing was just the queen's doing, the human, not human queen. Scout's gonna go right there, you can see her tail. So this was all the queen's doing, and she ends up being able to control Cassian, and then she's doing that, but somehow Nesta's powers are just so good that she kills her. Now Fair's having the baby, but Nesta saves her because she's still powerful. She can just do that. And then they do get mated. So I brought up the, oh, I already talked about this, right? How they are mated. Not that I care. Ugh. Yeah, so what are you doing? Now, they spent a lot of time training and like flipped through days in less than a chapter in this actual almost war situation, when I probably could have gotten more of that. And then her magically being able to save everything for everybody was like annoying, and I didn't care. So this is where I try to decide if I liked this or not. I don't know. Here's a baby. What do you think? What did you think? What do you think of this book? What do you think? She's looking at that cat. She said, "Who is that cat in the camera?" Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anybody to talk about this with. Morgan hasn't read these, and my sisters haven't read these, so I don't have any other friends. But I don't know. Am I just gonna end this video now? I should. I know I should. But that's cute. What do I think? Okay, but I will say that I don't know how I felt about this book, but I will not be reading another book about Nesta. I think they wrapped it up pretty well for this, but if the next book that comes out is about Nesta, girl, I'm not gonna read that. I can't. I cannot do that to myself again. I feel a lot of stress now. But actually, I had an energy drink and probably didn't eat enough today, so that makes my stomach hurt. So that's kind of where I'm at. Stomach pain. Anyways, yeah, if you read this book, please discuss your feelings about it with me, because I really don't know how I'm feeling. And apparently it's stressing me out. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I did this in my last video too, I think, when I ended it. So yeah, Scout is looking out the window, so she's too far away. I can't pick her up and say goodbye, but okay, bye, I think.